Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with business coach Maloy. Last Monday of this year, and what a year it has been. Ups and downs, geopolitical, economic conditions, war, the Israel war, the tariffs in India. A lot of things happened. But make sure whatever has happened during the course of this year, and in many cases, I understand that you may not have had the best year possible, but end this year on a high. Emotionally, physically, end this year on a high. Whatever has happened is water under the bridge. You can't change it. But to carry forward negative emotions, both about business and about self, into the next year could be detrimental. So we have 3 days, and I'm sure a lot of us would be working at about 60-70% productivity because of holidays and festive seasons and whatnot. Invest the rest of the time into your emotional well-being, because this is what is going to take you ahead, take all of us ahead into the big vision that we have built for ourselves in for the next 5 years, which would mean that your 26 will have to be at a very big peak. We have 3 days, 4 days before we come back at full strength on the 2nd of January. Use this time to introspect. What are the things that went right? And how do we keep on ensuring those things continue to be high? And what are the things we need to bring in the eye to improve the next year? But having said that, we are in the sales series, and let's not forget about the purpose of today's call. Today we are moving one step ahead, and we're going to talk about negotiation. One of the most difficult things on this world for a sales professional, for an entrepreneur, negotiation. At what point in time you stop bending backwards and to give away everything, including your respect, including your profit, including your value proposition? At what point in time you say, no, enough is enough? But that does not mean we cannot be equipped with negotiation skills, because negotiation is part of life. So today we are on negotiations on how to hold your value, protect your margins, and still close deals gracefully. For people who don't know me, my name is Moloy Chakravorty. I'm a business coach, founder of Beyond Red Ocean Consulting, partners with Action Coach USA. And for the past 7 years, me and my coaches have been working with entrepreneurs into helping them scale up, build systems, build processes, and also in many cases, succession plan. Today, we are going to talk about negotiations. And before we want to get into the techniques, I want to clear one big misunderstanding. Negotiation is not fighting for price. Negotiation is not one who speaks the louder. Negotiation is not one who blinks first. Negotiation, ladies and gentlemen, is not about ego. Good negotiation is protecting value while preserving the relationship. If every negotiation ends with you feeling relieved but unhappy, or your customer feeling victorious and disrespectful, then something is broken. And the goal of negotiation is very simple. You should walk out with your margin intact and your dignity untouched. So then why do negotiations go wrong? And to be honest again, most negotiations fail even before they begin. They fail the moment the salesperson enters the conversation with fear. Fear of losing the deal, fear of missing targets, fear of looking rigid, fear of silence. And fear makes people do stupid things, like discounting too fast, over-explaining or justifying the price, or giving concessions without getting anything in return. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Customers don't respect negotiators who don't respect their organization's value, the product's value, the service's value. The moment you drop price without discussion, you signal uncertainty, and uncertainty invites more pressure. So what is the core distinction between price and value? Because that's where negotiations get stuck. As a salesperson, in most cases, we're negotiating about price but not talking about value. Customer buys on value. So one of the biggest mistakes salesperson make is negotiating price without reinforcing the value. If the price is the only thing on the table, the cheapest option always wins. And this is what I ask all my clients who tell me that they're losing on price. I say, are you losing on price in every single order? Is every single order in this planet being purchased on L1? We have, as individuals, when we go to buy something, are we buying everything, whether it's an FMCD product, a consumer durable product? Are we buying every time on the lowest possible offering that is there on the table? If not, what are we buying? We are buying value. And when the value is clear, price becomes secondary. Customers don't mind paying more, they mind paying without clarity. So before you negotiate, ask yourself, have I clearly explained outcomes? Have I clearly linked price to impact? And have I differentiated from alternatives? Yesterday in the group coaching program, I was doing the FABV, feature advantage benefit values, which is there on the YouTube channel as well in one of the Facebook lives. Hardly anybody, and there were 60 people in the room, hardly anybody could tell me what is their advantage over their competitors. When you don't know what is your advantage over your competitors, how do you expect your customers to know? So if you haven't clearly explained outcomes, if you haven't linked price to impact, if you haven't differentiated from alternatives, you are negotiating too early. And here's the golden rule of negotiation. I want you to remember this one line and write it down if required. Paste it in front of you. Never give a concession without getting a commitment. If you reduce price, ask for something in return, faster decision, larger order, longer contract, payment terms, reduce scope. Negotiation is not about giving, negotiation is about exchanging. And let me give you now a stepwise format on how do you do a calm negotiation framework. Step number 1, pause. Too many people on this planet, especially India, and I keep on repeating this, we are uncomfortable with silence. When a customer asks for a discount, don't respond immediately. Pause, breathe, and smile. Silence communicates confidence. Step number 2, clarify. Ask calmly, may I understand, is the concern about budget or about value? This separates real objections from pressure tactics. Step number 3, re-anchor the value, re-anchor the purpose of why the customer is buying that product or service. Remind them what they are getting. The reason our pricing is where it is because of dash, 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 and link that dash, dash to the overall purpose of why he wants to engage with you or want to buy from you. Because if at this point in time, when you're re-anchoring the value, you're linking it to the purpose of the customer, and believe me, customer's purpose is much bigger than the value than the price that he's going to pay to you. In our case, the customer is restructuring a complete business. A customer is looking into a succession plan. And if he's looking at a succession plan, if he's looking at exponential growth, and when I say I am X and you pay me X into 3 years and you get a lifetime of learning and systems and processes, what is that 3X compared to the overall money that he's going to make? So link it up to the purpose. Don't be transactional. Don't sell a product or service. You may have land up in a situation where a customer doesn't have a purpose and you may need to walk out, and that's fine. Because those customers who are buying from you without a purpose, especially the services business, they will be your pain points. They will be pains in all the wrong places of your body, because they don't know why they are buying from you. And if they don't know why they are buying from you, you can't ever sell to them on a long term basis. Short term, you may deal with them for a few months, few years, but long term, you will never be able to deal with them. So re-anchoring the value, linking it up to the purpose, is the most critical element at this point in time in negotiation. Step number 4: offer conditional flexibility. If you choose to move strategically. If you closed by this Friday, I can explore something in terms of pricing or value or extras. This keeps the control with you. I coached a salesperson who used to lose margins regularly, and every negotiation ended the same way: discount first, relief later, regret after. We changed only one habit. Instead of immediately offering discounts, he learned to say, I understand price matters, but before we discuss that, can we revisit the problem we are solving? Remember, linking it up to the purpose? Before we discuss that, can we revisit the problem we are solving? That one sentence changed the entire margin game for that customer. And within weeks, customers stopped pushing as hard, not because prices changed, because his presence changed and the re-anchoring of the value changed. This confidence shaped the conversation. But while we are negotiating, you need to be wary about some traps to avoid. And let me highlight a few traps that quietly kill profit. Negotiating against yourself. Talking too much, reducing prices before they have been asked for. Justifying price emotionally. Sir, we also have costs. Customer don't care about your cost. Customer don't care about your cash flows. Customer doesn't care about your ability or inability to pay your team or purchase your raw material. So stop justifying pricing emotionally. Comparing competitors, it reduces you to a commodity. Yes, you should compare, but on the values that people are providing and not on competitors directly. Stop the negative sales role of demeaning your competitors. Treat all your competitors with respect. And number 4, fear-based flexibility, moving without structure. Strong negotiators stay calm, factual, and respectful. You need to train your team to negotiate better. Negotiation is not a talent, it's training. If your sales team has never practiced negotiation scenarios, they will lose to experienced buyers. Do one thing from today. Pick one negotiation scenario every week. Role play it in meetings. Teach them to pause, clarify, re-anchor, and exchange. Confidence grows in practice and not in pressure. And if you want us to come in and help your teams sell better through better negotiation skills, please reach out to us and we'll happily come and do a program for you. So here's just task for this week, and I've been giving tasks every single week to all of you. And if you want to improve, like I said to this group yesterday, result is an outcome of actions. Result is not outcome of learning. Learn and execute. Learn and execute. Different businesses will have different challenges. Different businesses will have to take different routes. So continue with the weekly assignment that I've been giving you. And here's the task for this week. List your top 3 negotiation situations. Decide in advance what concessions are allowed. What is the limit? Set your red lines. Decide what you will ask in return and practice the conversation aloud. Let me leave you with this thought. Every time you negotiate poorly, you don't only lose money, you lose your credibility, you lose your positioning, you lose your respect, self-respect. When you negotiate with calm and confidence, customers respect you more and not less. This is where we end year 2025 at. But ending 2025 is only a calendar change, a date change. 2026 needs to be much better for all of us. And I can assure you the world will give us those opportunities. India will give us those opportunities. And we need to be prepared emotionally, intellectually, with systems, with processes, because 2026 will be the year for most entrepreneurs. And as a commitment to all of you, we will continue with our sales series and then the other contents that will come up. We move into next week with closing the sale without sounding pushy or desperate. How to recognize buying signals and ask for orders with ease. Until then, remember you don't need to fight for your price. You need to stand firmly in your value. My name is Moloy Chakravorty, and I'm there to help you expand your business exponentially. Till next week, the same place, same time. Wish you a very happy new year. And I shall see you on the first Monday of 2026 with how to close sales better. Till then, goodbye. God bless. Take care.